is going to be trying to take Washington, D.C. at least once. Even if they take it back, just take it and cost the Yankees that 20 points of national morale. I think we want to try to have it in our hands late summer, early fall. And then one of the things that I wanted to do to help achieve that is, I think, reinforce this Army a little bit. I've thought more about it. Our credit rating is still, it's not great. But I think I'm willing to go ahead and shell out a little bit of money for maybe one new division out east with some more brigades. Again, using some of the new commanders we've had come in because there's some talent coming in the door, gentlemen. But let's go ahead and let's look at this. Let me just check my list and make sure that I've got everything. Take it all in order, they say. Oh, that's right. Couple of things, right? Very first things first. Okay, we're going to get back to that. Hold that thought. We need to continue our logistical effort out west. Right here, we are building a telegraph line right there. All right, that's going to connect the Trans-Mississippi armies in Little Rock to the rest of the command infrastructure. And that'll be all good right there. The other thing was, of course, I think to go back, this was not highlighted, I think, as much as it could have been. We did get our training manuals project, all right? So we are in business. Here's something, in light of this, right? So each level of this project further increases the effectiveness of training, meaning the troops' training level increases faster when they are encamped. Our troops are encamped, but I wonder if we in the east and everywhere take them off of this, the scouting, just take them off of it, and the guarding supplies, get the cavalry back. I wonder if that will send us into the whole winter quarters thing, and maybe we'll be able to train that much faster. I'm not sure. Let's do the same thing with this army right here. Okay, it's already that way since it's in the red. Fantastic. Got to watch out for McClellan, but I don't believe he's going to move aggressively without help through the Cumberland Gap here. Yes. Yes, Kentucky and Missouri can only be done if you do it before November 1862. That's right. Right, these go away. Pretty much after the midterms, all of these strategic objectives change, or they narrow down in game. That's worth remembering, of course. But let's go through, and I want to just show you guys who we've had. I think we've got a new class of officers that has come in, because check this out. Right, let's go unassigned, ready for duty. We have 200. So, all right, I'm gonna back up. I'm gonna take a second here. Okay, one of the knocks on this game is or was. I'm not gonna say is because of what I'm about to say. It's one of the knocks on this game was that there aren't enough officers. So. I'm sorry, but I'm looking at 274 officers across all three branches, infantry, cavalry, artillery. I don't know where the hell I'm going to use all those guys. I don't think I'm going to have that high of attrition among my officer corps. I don't think. I mean, we'll see. But for those who have griped either in the Steam reviews or elsewhere about Grand Tactician the Civil War and how it doesn't have enough in the officer corps, I'll tell you right now that as of today, in 2026, I don't understand that criticism in particular. So let's go through these 274, and let's kind of just see what we've got. Let's start with our volunteers real quick. Let's just look through names. Munford, there's a volunteer guy who'd probably take over. So there's 195 of them. You got so many guys. So volunteer infantry, how about that? And still 116s. William Stevens, John Jackson, don't even know who that is. Wood, Course, don't even know. Let's go ahead and let's filter them. This will help us bring the highest ranks. If you'll see where my mouse is over here, if you want to go through your officer corps and you want to look at who's who and where, who's where, and I, want to try to get your best ones first, depending on different attributes, is that you can tick different check marks over here to look up guys based on how good they are with initiative and, say, leadership. All right, so we've got our 2-star Andrew Grigsby right here. Look at him. He's a lieutenant, 2-star, Mexican War veteran, volunteer. This is a guy I think we promote to major. All right. Let's do that. Let's get back down to our lieutenants and let's look at them again. Initiative and leadership. Oh, I see. You can't do both. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to mislead you on that. But here we go. We're going to do leadership. All right, and then we're going to look through our lieutenants. So we've got a bunch of 2-stars. Administration is 3. Weisiger. Lieutenant David Weisiger. This guy's pretty good. Let's go ahead and promote him to major. All right, this is how I'm going to do this. I'm just going to promote guys to major who might be ready for brigade command. And we're going to do it this way. And we're going to throw up some music so that you guys have a little something to toe tap to in the saloon while we get to work on all this, of course. See these names, these guys. Let's use leadership. We'll just go through with leadership on all of them. Yeah, these guys are all pretty good. I want to weed out the guys who are really good. Paxton, and the recognizable names. Anybody with stars would be good. Yeah, Commanders York, Rains, McCrae, Dockery, Bergwin, Avery, Govan, Jackson, Stevens, Jenkins. See, these guys are all, this is where you start to get into guys who aren't as good. None of them are famous, of course. They're decent. They're decent. All volunteers. So we have plenty of officers to choose from here. Right? Let's see. Your best cavalry commanders are going to have cunning. Chatham Wheat. Okay? Cunning of 2 and going up. Look at this guy. Terry, Bell, Rucker, Paxton is up there, William Davis, Robert Rhodes. So let's remember Paxton and Rhodes. I'm going to have to write these down. Okay? Paxton, Rhodes, Weisiger, I think was another one. Who else we got? I think any of these are actually not bad. Wharton. There's one. I'm writing down recognizable names. Wharton. All right. And let's go through Cockrell, Miles, Rains, Greer, Lane. Get him. We're just going to remember some of these guys. Patton Sr., Eccles. Because we're probably going to build some new brigades. And these are going to be volunteer commanders. Let's go to professional infantry. That's 12 guys. Maxey, Cable, Barton, Beal, Forney. These guys are actually pretty good. Let's see here. Patton Sr. Who's that? Let's look him up. Patton Sr. Lieutenant George Patton Sr. Let's go with that. Let's write that down. Patton Sr. Boom. Let's remember that name. All right, then. Artillerists who are volunteers, ready for duty. Oh, wow. Wait a minute. Wait a second here. Oh, because it's still got the name in the search bar, of course. Volunteer artillerists. Okay, we got 46 of those, man. Except for they're not artillery specific. Right? They're not bad, though. See, all these guys could take either Pegram, all these guys, Pogue. These guys could take artillery batteries, too. I think all of our volunteers that are decent, I need to try to reserve some of these guys for artillery commands. Okay, so let's take a look in the east for starters. All right, let's take a look at each of these wings, okay? Boom. I'm not sure about a Lucius Eugene Polk. All right, Lomax, a colonel with 1 star. I would say we basically bring everybody up on the block. Donaldson, 2 stars, Brigadier General. I'd say Daniel Frost gets replaced by Donaldson. We'll say something happened to Frost. He's a veteran infantry commander, but I think Donaldson's better. So let's replace Donaldson. Let's go volunteer infantry. Can't do it. No suitable commander selected. What is that about? Interesting. Not sure what the deal is with that. Edward Thomas, no. Doles. Oh, I wonder if it's limited to state. Colquitt? No. Semmes. Let's do Semmes. And then Frost gets replaced by Donaldson. And Donaldson gets promoted to Major General. We'll have Semmes. We've got Law. Withers will be in command here. We need more Brigadier Generals, too. So if any of these colonels have 2 stars, I'm probably going to go ahead and promote them to Brigadier. Colonel Benjamin Uji, Breckinridge. Let's promote him. Hampton, no. Wade Hampton's still around. No. Earl Van Dorn's a Brigadier General already. Brigadier General D.R. Jones, Major General Walton. None of these guys really deserve these promotions, but I think we're going to have to promote Whiting. We'll keep D.R. Jones as Brigadier. Whiting gets a Major Generalship. Works for me. Preston Smith becomes a Brigadier General for sure. The commander of the Louisiana Tigers. They did so well outside Fredericksburg that one battle long ago. By the way, Mason Jar and A beer here. If you're new, guys, don't be afraid. Click that subscribe button. Also, hit the notification bell to find out when I drop a stream or vid for you. We're still promoting. Oh, boy. We could probably promote Canty, Stovall, and Cutshaw. No. Okay. Boom. Let's run up to Magruder's wing. Okay, so not much change. We didn't necessarily go into full winter quarters, although it does show the graphic as such. We're just entrenching. Okay, got it. Very well, very well. Magruder's wing. Stevenson, nope. Leonidas Polk, there he is. Maxie Gregg is a brigadier general already. He's pretty damn good, too. I think Samuel Cooper gets promoted. Brigadier general. Colonel Isaac Trimble, brigadier general. Colonel Robert Scarnett, brigadier general. Archer, same. These guys all stay colonels under Field's command. Field, though, becomes a brigadier general. That may be not well earned so far, but he's going to get it at all rates. Okay. And then we'll jump out to the Army of the Northwest. And Cook, he's a brigadier general. That's fine. Ledbetter, a major general that should get replaced. Who could we replace him with? Porterfield, no. Frost, no. Okay, never mind. Ledbetter stays in command there. Loring, Colonel Roger Hanson. Let's replace him. Let's replace him with one of these lieutenants right here. Professional. Who's one of these guys? Henry, William Jones, Derek Anderson, Gustavus Smith. You know what? He's an engineer. Let's do this. Boom. So Gustavus Smith's got a brigade now. Chambliss, this all stays the same. That's fine. Very good. Hey, Magruder's got a perk. You know what that is. Bingo. Ambulance Corps. I didn't. I see you, I see you. All right. Okay, we need to come up to Army of Tennessee here. Let's look at the same thing. I think there's a bunch of guys in here that probably be replaced. Colonel Lewis Coleman. Who can we replace him with? Volunteer lieutenants. Russell. Stevens. Oh, I see how this works. We didn't need to remember all those names. I hate wasting the time, but that's okay. What if we were to do guys who had good leadership? Best we can get is Vaughn. Lieutenant Alfred Vaughn. Captain. Let's assign. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. No, 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 no. Right there. All right. So. Wait. Oh, shit. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Let's do Stevens. That's fine. I don't know where Vaughn went. Colonel Frank Armstrong. I don't think he's all that good. He's a cavalry officer anyway. Let's put in Colonel Patton Anderson. Right there. Grayshot. He came over. Colonel John Brown. They've done pretty well. I think we'll keep him. Posey is a colonel. Promote him to brigadier general. I think Brigadier General Lewis Little, his brigade's done really, really well out here. I almost feel like he'll deserve a division command soon. I can't promote him to Major General yet. Colonel John M. Jones gets to be brigadier. Smith stays the same. Martin's been good. Hindeman, we're not ready to promote him just yet. Samuel French gets replaced. One of these lieutenants down here. Let's go initiative. Barton, do it. Bingo. $5 super chat right there. Thank you, thank you, thank you. There is Jay. Oakland Raiders Cav unit, black and silver uniforms. Okay. All right. All righty. Okie dokie. Let's see here. Let's see what we can do with that. Lawton's brigade will have as close to black and silver as it can get. Right there. Just like that. Lawton's detachment. Oh, shit. Woo! Okay. Oh, my gosh. Gideon Pillow gets to be a lieutenant general, y'all. I'll take that. I didn't know we already had that rank. I guess the Confederates did have that rank, didn't they? I wonder if we shouldn't do the same thing. Got a little officer management segment here, guys. This is interesting. I wonder if we shouldn't do the same thing here with Beauregard, our next lieutenant general. He's done so well. Okay, that means that he definitely stays in command, and we don't have to worry so much about corps formation. I know that's something that everybody in the chat light me up about. Well, glory, hallelujah. Mine eyes have seen the glory of the little battle hymn of the Republic. Music and patriotic songs have been important for the Americans, and during the American Civil War, both sides have their own songs to raise spirits. On this day, a most rousing song called the Battle Hymn of the Republic has been published in the Atlantic Monthly. It's a patriotic song authored by writer and abolitionist Julia Ward Howe. The song derives from an early 1800s folk hymn, Glory, Hallelujah. The chorus has been familiar since the 1850s. Now the chorus and new lyrics are used with the music of John Brown's Body. Howe heard the John Brown version of the song during a public review of troops outside Washington, D.C. She was suggested by Reverend James Freeman Clark to write new words for the Fighting Men's song. She did so, staying at the Willard Hotel. The Grand Herald predicts this song will become a great hit and an inspiration to the Union troops, maybe even surviving the war itself. Okay, very well indeed. So let's look at a new division in, say, Ewell's wing. Oh, no, he's already got 3. Never mind. Magruder, he gave up a division, I think, so let's put it in his. Let's give it to not Frost, but Vaughn, a brigadier general who is of particular talent, but we'll call him untested. All right, a new division. By the way, I do this because we still, after bringing a whole bunch of troops back from furlough, we still have 33,620 right here. So we still got troops to get. Let's bring him in from South Carolina. Let's make it a smaller brigade. We'll have to bring the music back now that we're doing this, my friends. It keeps us toe-tapping, keeps us feeling good, keeps us energized while we work through some of these basics. I like that basic guy. Hanson, political appointee. Okay, from South Carolina, fine. Another brigade from Louisiana. Let's bring 2,250 men this time. They can look fine like so. That works for me. Bingo. New division under Vaughn. Let's get some Maryland troops in. I like it. I like it a lot. They want to wear the blue. We can't let them. They'll get to wear blue pants. I think I'll know my Marylanders based on their blue pants. 2,250 of them. Let's go. Okay, Frost, Coleman. No, we don't want to have these guys. We want to have other guys. Let's go volunteer, infantry. Who can we do here? Forno. Here we go, Stafford. Lieutenant Leroy Stafford. Let's promote him a couple times. Boom. And assign him. Frost. Nope. Let's put in Another one of these lieutenants. All these guys, you know, may have suffered some sort of a scandal, the guys that are getting replaced. Bradley Johnson. No. E.P. Alexander. Frank Uji. Let's put him in. I think that's like a brother or something of the elder Uji. Okay, and then let's put another battery of artillery or two in this army. Let's bring that in. No, not from Maryland. Boop, boop, boop. Let's bring them in from North Carolina. Screw it. Let's do another infantry brigade of 1,500. Right. Okay, I like it. Boom, boom. Let's go like that. Recruit them. Okay, we want not Coleman, but we'll say Frost did get busted down. We'll keep him. All right, that's fine. And we add an artillery battery from... And I don't love that you have to do this every time you jump back in the menu. Maybe there's a way to skip that I don't know about. South Carolina. We're going to make them pretty much all big batteries. Let's recruit them. Grigsby is a volunteer. I like that. Major Andrew Grigsby. Very well indeed. Let's see, I think one battery of 6 guns on a division is pretty good, but let's do... Oh, wait, no. Let's do one more under Vaughn. Oh. Hey, sorry if there's an issue with joining. So if there's some kind of a glitchy issue with the joining, I'm not sure what's going on there, guys. Give me some feedback about what you're experiencing there. I've got 32 members who managed to join up without too much trouble as far as I know anyway. So do let me know. Let's go West Virginia artillery. Let's go like this right here. Boom. We've got Grigsby and Weisiger. Yeah, right? He's pretty good. We remember that name. We'll let him be an artillery commander. That's just fine. All right. We'll have a new division, about 7,600 men under Vaughn. Good. Magruder will have close to 33,000 men after that. 36 guns. These guns, we're going to put 3-inch ordnance rifles with them. These are newer batteries, right? Then we'll get the 24-pound howitzers too. Boom. With those. We'll give Magruder's corps. We're also going to reinforce with a little more artillery across the board is the plan. Let's bring them in from Virginia. We're going to go with the biggest battery sizes pretty well across the board here throughout all this, I think. Keep it lively in the saloon, gentlemen. Raise your glass. I do hope that you are just kind of chilling out tonight with us. And don't forget, of course, click that like button and hype us on your mobile device, man. It's huge. All right. 90. That looks good. We'll let those be 6-pounders. What else do we have? 12-pound field gun, 12-pound howitzer, 12-pound Napoleon. Let's have these become 24-pounders. Right there. Marigold. Yep, okay, that's fine. He'll be on the artillery right there. Okay. Good. Now, I would say we also want to reinforce the Army of the Northwest. Okay, this one, we're going to bring in a little more cavalry for Stuart. All right, and that's going to come from West Virginia. 1,250 men from West Virginia. I like this look right here. It's pretty good. Let's give them blue pants as well. They'll go butternut and blue pants. Cabamo, Coleman, no sir. We want a cavalry commander, professional cavalry commander right here. Frank Armstrong, right? He gets reassigned over to cavalry. And he's not doing so great, but maybe he can redeem himself as the war continues on. Stewart's Cavalry Brigade will now have about 2,500 men. We don't have horse artillery just yet, but we'll be working on getting that. We're going to be talking more about projects coming up here in just a bit. Cook's Division, Brigadier General Philip St. George Cook. Coke, whatever you want to say. Time to bring in a new brigade for him. We'll bring it all the way from Texas. This is the one I like the best, guys. Right here. No, not French. Greer looks good. I would say one more brigade. Why not? North Carolina. North Carolina. North Carolina guys look a little basic. No, not French. Woo! We'll put Louis Armstead back in the action. He's pretty famous too. Let's go. We'll go Ledbetter with one more brigade. Although I don't think we can actually do it because we want troops going elsewhere. Right? Okay, so Texas only got that much more to give. All right, I think we're going to go with that. And then what we're going to do is add a little more artillery right here as we do. Boom, boom. Bring them in from where? North Carolina. Might as well. We're not going to have many volunteers left in North Carolina, unfortunately. We're bleeding that state dry of its manpower. One battery under Waddell. He's a volunteer veteran. Captain Waddell. Who could we replace him with? Artillery commander. Anybody? Anybody? Yeah, we could replace him with some of these boys. Matthias Henry, let's do it. They get 6-pounders. We have plenty of those to hand out, no problem. Let's do a new battery from Louisiana. Yep, 90 for sure. Boys from the Bayou right here. And that'll be under who? We're gonna make these a lot of these just straight up 6-pounders because we want to try to be able to clump them. We want to try to fold them into each other when we get those artillery upgrades. The formation, the artillery reform. Gibson. Let's go, professional artilleryman. Nichols. Let's go. I know of the Nichols name. Very good. Let's do that. Let's have Ledbetter be a lighter division. Cook is our heavy division. Ooh, okay. These are... Yeah, okay. Ledbetter could use maybe a little more strength. Let's give him another artillery battery. Let's see. South Carolina. Boom. Yep. Boom. Right. No. I like that. Captain Gilbert Wright. Let's leave it. Let's leave it. Army of the Northwest. Get some nice reinforcements here. Take a while. Right. That'll work. Okay. And then I would say, last but not least, I think we are going to put a token force back out near Nashville. I'm going to wait just a little bit to see how some of that spending impacts the credit rating. I think as we pass into February now, February is here. We'll see what's going to happen on the battlefield, on the battle space, the campaign map. What are we going to get, gentlemen? Steel, you got the Army of Pennsylvania up here. They've just been chilling. They haven't been doing nothing. There's something I was going to talk about, too. I have had the Rebs move up the Potomac just the same as the Yanks can move down it here. Acquia Landing is an interesting little position to take. If I were to take the Army, cross right here and attack this fort, it's a level 2 fort. With the whole Army, come around, hit that fort, defeat it, then march on D.C. That's an option. I don't like it, though. Not a great option. Might be ready to build a fort right here. Might be ready to build a fort there. Who's got a perk? Who's got a perk? Yay! All right. Okay, we've got flying column. We got partisan brigades. Siege train, field balloon car, Bureau of Military Information. Spies gathering information in organized fashion. Improve this unit intelligence gathering plus level up by scouting. Let's do that. Let's do that. I like that. And that'll all be good in the east. So we should have, what will it be? 55 to 60 to 70-ish to 70, between 70 and 90,000 troops all in here in the east for a drive on D.C. or campaigns to D.C. Obviously, the AI does a great job of stealing the initiative and making you react to it instead of the other way around. I'm pretty sure they're going to find a way to do that. You just got to wonder where it'll be. Keep scouting there. Just got crappy intel. Got to wait for these guys to heal up. Okay, we're back with the Army of the West. But I think I'm going to leave them down here for now. I mean, I'm fine just letting them rest on up. Working on our telegraph line and our depot. Very good, very good. All right. Let's see what we got. Okay, so the Yankees got Diplomacy 1 done. So they're going to send more diplomats to Europe, same as us. We'll see if they can keep up. We'll see if they can keep up, gentlemen. We're running for French intervention. I believe we could win French intervention if we manage to take D.C. The idea in a role-playing sense is that if the South could prove that they could strike a killing blow as early as 1862, which we hope to do here, it would have been impressive, considering the odds in terms of like the resources disparity. If we could manage to land a knockout blow early or a crippling blow politically for the Union war effort, it'll go a long way. I want to believe anyway. I actually don't even know exactly how it functions in the game. But that doing so, as the South kind of believed at the time, would bring Europe closer to at least mediating the coming between the two warring parties and forcing them to the table to come to terms so that the world economy doesn't have to deal with the Americas at war, basically. I wonder if the game will reflect the idea that Europe would be impressed by the South doing a thing like that. I actually think maybe that's not the case with the game. We'll see. Obviously, Spain is already pissed off enough at us and won't be impressed no matter what we do. As a matter of fact, if the South were to strike a killing blow, win the war early like we hope to do, that may piss Spain off even more because it makes us that much more of a threat to its interests in Central and South America. As you know, we've already started encroaching on it in-game, having gone with the filibusters policy like we did right here. Continuing to work on Diplomacy 3. We've got a ways to go yet there. Hey, Fornicator's also in. I saw Jay. Phil McCracken's been in a while, and Beeper Man with Arc 2. Thanks, guys, for being here. All you members that show up every time, how cool is that, man? I don't know of any other YouTuber that has people that are jumping in and staying tuned almost every time they stream live. You regulars are my favorites. Regulars in the saloon, yeah, right? That's the beauty, baby. So what we were talking about right here, how are our ironclads doing? Good question. Good question. Let's make sure we don't have any green screen issues. I always worry about that. Okay, so 27%. All right, we're going to get them out on the water, I believe, by April or May. By about the same time we managed to land French intervention, is my suspicion. Okay, projects. All right. We got training manuals, right? Oh, and by the way, here, check this out. Check this out. I saw this earlier. She's right here. All right, so look at that. Training is at regular now. Still at poor here. Magruder is poor. And poor for the Army Northwest so far. All right, fine. What about Army of Tennessee here? Training is still poor. Ooh, by the way, oh my gosh, they are so deep in the red. Oh, I know why, too, because we added stuff and we changed stuff. Okay, got it. Well, winter is the time you want to do a thing like that. We got a lot of troops here. I don't see McClellan moving aggressively this way. I think they may switch things up and come back and attack Nashville at some point. Thing is, we've got our Navy right here to stop a crossing, I think. Although they could march across the bridge unhindered, I do believe. Would love to take Kentucky, though. Have to do it this year. Have to do it this year. Once we get those ironclads, you know it. We're bringing them right here to the James River Squadron, those that didn't already know. That's what I want to try to do. Let's check something real fast here. If we wanted to. Okay, yeah, we can't drag them over yet. Like, reserve them for placement? No, can't do that. I thought maybe we could. I've got a feeling like we may go a stream without there being a major battle, guys. This is wintertime, the Civil War. We're in the heart of it now. Holy smokes. Oh, yeah. Are we? We're not. We want to patrol. Like so. And we always have to come back and we have to do this. Reset these patrols right here. Let's take a look at the Army of Arkansas. Okay. I think some of these guys could be promoted. McBride, he did so well before. He's maybe lost. Oh, no, so he's legendary. Okay, some of these guys are getting pretty famous. And these commanders out here are not bad. Let's see. Gardner is a colonel. Let's start looking at making some more brigadier generals out here. Clayton Sr. and McIntosh. I would say Clark. How's his unit? Okay, how about guys that have... Yeah, okay. Colonel Franklin Gardner's got a 1-star unit, so he gets to be promoted. And he keeps his star. How about that? These are all newer units. Or units that were part of the old Army of the West. Any colonels with 2 stars by chance? Alfred Iverson. Let's go ahead and make him a brigadier general. Clark with an E. Colonel James McIntosh. Let's make him a brigadier general. Let's upgrade these guys' weapons everywhere that we can. We'll give them some Springfield rifled muskets that were captured from the enemy. Springfield muskets all across the board right here. I think we'll probably let that be. Got to look over this stuff all the time. Wintertime, logistics, man, this is what it's about. This is not a very well-organized force right here. But it's small enough to where I'll keep it split out like this. Matter of fact, let's add a brigade of infantry from Arkansas. Yep. 1,500 men. We'll make them like so. They'll be rough-looking fellers under a political infantry guy, if we can find one. Tappan. Churchill. Let's do it. Churchill comes out, takes command of a new brigade. Need these guys all to be in the yellow. Right here, like so. So many things to fix and change when you go through all of your units. Let's give Springfield muskets. So these guys kind of out here in the far west. Unfortunately for the South, it's just a thing. They kind of end up getting the leftovers. It's just how it is, man. So let's go to the Army of Tennessee, or rather, let's go to our military, and let's go Army's new army in Tennessee. All right, and it's going to be the not the Army of West Tennessee. We're going to go the Department of the Cumberland. Boom. It's going to be under the command of... Oh, shoot. Okay. So this is where... Okay. Let's go ahead and let's give it to Coleman for the time being and give it a new brigade from Alabama. 2,250 men. Dark pants, light. Boom. From Alabama. I like that right there. Okay. So we'll keep that there as a placeholder for now. But what we'll do is we'll go to the Army of Tennessee. And we're going to give this command over to Blanchard. He's done well here as a major general. We're going to replace him with Bushrod Johnson. All right. And Bushrod gets replaced by somebody else. Samuel French? No. Professional infantry. Let's have Forney take over for him. Forney takes Bushrod's Bushwhackers. We're going to rename them the Texas Bushwhackers under Forney now. All right, and then we're going to take Blanchard and we're going to replace him with the Rod. All right, and then Blanchard's going to be available to then come over to the Department of the Cumberland and handle it. Boom. All right, we're going to give them... so Harrison, I don't like that. Colonel Thomas Harrison, is he a political? He's a volunteer. I think we'll let that stand. Although, here, let's see if there's a more familiar name. Waddell, French, no. Let's go. Let's do political. Hebert, Cullen Battle. I like that name. John T. Morgan. Let's go Cullen Battle. Why not? Just because I like the name. Then let's do another brigade from Kentucky. 1,500 men. These Kentucky boys, they keep coming south to fight for the rebels. Not French. Indeed, we will have a volunteer infantryman. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, I see. Professional infantryman, that is. Henry Walker, yep. Doing it. So we'll have a little token force here at Nashville outside the fort right now. Out of Tennessee. Let's go ahead and add a new infantry brigade of 1,500 troops. They'll be dressed just like that, and that's fine. And we'll go ahead and put another professional infantryman. I'll tell you what, let's do an engineer on this one. Edward P. Alexander, baby. Let's go. All right, let's give these guys all Springfield muskets. Boom. And Alexander's troops will get some Augustin rifled muskets. Blanchard's division, then here's little command here, will then get some cavalry, and we'll bring it in from Tennessee as well. Very good, very good, very good indeed. What do you guys think here? Oh, I was asking about it will damage any unit crossing and interdict supplies in terms of my Navy. Take fleet on blockade or patrol and put them on ferry crossing. Okay. Yeah. Okay. That makes sense. Cavalry brigade. Boom. Let's do that. Bonk, bink. I like the way that looks just fine. And let's have it be under a cavalry commander, please. A professional, veteran cavalry commander. Nope. Okay. Lucius Walker. Lucius Walker right there. Let's go for it. 1,250 cavalrymen. And let's do 2 batteries of artillery. And we'll bring them in from where? Let's bring them in from Mississippi. We could bring another infantry brigade in from Mississippi. Matter of fact, 1,500 men just looking like that. That's fine with me. No, not Harrison. Let's go with a political infantry guy. Charles Clark. James Chalmers. Let's do it. Yep, James Chalmers. And let's make sure we've got him. Walthall? He's actually kind of famous. Let's put him in. I like it. I like it. I like it. All right, now let's do artillery. Let's bring it in from Louisiana. Boom. Like so. These guys will be kind of raggedy, weird looking. I'm fine with it. Waddell with the 6-pounders. That's a... Yeah, we want to do... Let's see if we got volunteer artillerymen. Randall Gibson. I like it. All right, let's do... Another one on Louisiana. Natty. Right there, like that. 6-pounders. That works for me. That's 12 guns. I think we'll go with that right there for Blanchard. And he'll stay on and defend. He's going to begin getting himself ready right there. That'll be a unit that can move north and help fight at the fort if and or when need be. Let's go ahead and get better weapons in the hands of these guys that didn't get them already. Springfield muskets, and those can stay 6-pounders just fine. The Department of the Cumberland is formed, and Pillow's main force can be over here now. And what I'm thinking I might end up doing, if we're just on the defensive over here, if after November 1862 is here, is I might split this army out, and I might just have a force that's near each one of these forts, and then a main body near Nashville, and call it good. That's maybe what I'm going to do. Yeah, I did. I saw it. So, okay, so having the fleet there, if they take the fort, so here's the deal. If they march south, they'll have to first take the fort. Then they'll have to take damage from the fleet. Then they'll have my unit here to deal with. You know, we'll see what they decide to do. And then Forest Cavalry can work in concert with these guys as well. These dudes, they stay like that. Good. We have the numbers on them up here, so I expect they won't attack. And then as soon as we possibly can, we need to build a depot up here. Another thing that we need to get done there on that All right, depot's almost done here, but the 3rd CSA engineers are ready to move on up the way. Deschler's guys, and we will put... How far does this telegraph line... How far does that go? I forgot how to select that. Ah, crap. I think it goes out about that far, so I bet we could get another telegraph line up here to Danville. You know, I hate to spend the extra money, but let's do this. That's a long march, too. Let's go like that. And if we move by river... No. Oh, shit. Okay. So it looks like we're just going to march. All right. That's going to be a tough march for them, but they don't have very many men, so hopefully it won't be too bad. As we cross into just about the wrap-up of the first week in February here in game. So much to get to here in the wintertime. The Union blockade right now is pretty well restricted to Virginia, and that's not ahistoric. They didn't get going until I think historically right about now. Long soul, brother. And get started on the North Carolina coast first, and then they started to wrap their arms around it and secure the southern flank to Norfolk, basically flank Norfolk. And then from there through, I think, real early 1862, they were able to get Navy ships out and blockade all of the southern ports. I don't think it was that long before they were able to do that. And when I played my Union campaign, it didn't take that long for me to do that either. As the Union player in this game, you start out with a lot of ships. Here they go. Yeah, okay, they're bringing troops online or on the field here. Did I go through and really cull the ranks like I might have liked to here? Are these guys... Morgan... Hayes has done really well. I'm going to make him a brigadier general too. Dees is pretty famous, so I can't really replace him. Maury and Lawton needs to be a... Lawton needs... Yeah, we need to go... and put a cavalryman in here. John Pegram, do it. Okay, Pegram is now in command. Continue with some flavor work here. We got these regiments and brigades. I like having multiple units of cavalry like this all under Robertson. He's got 3,500 men in a cavalry brigade, kind of like a division, but I'm going to call it a brigade because I think that that's kind of what it represents more so than a division. When we start getting horse artillery in, that's when I'll start thinking of it more as a brigade. There's also a part of me that wants to take some of these smaller units, since we have so many of them. We got some cavalries coming here, like putting them in the divisions again. It is helpful. Oh, I tell you what, let's have them be as part of the kind of the command reserve. Pegram and Pillow, right? Let's do that. And then let's do this. And then let's do this right here. Yeah. Like so. And then we'll have everything organized like we like. Army of Tennessee's looking pretty strong. We could probably have some more artillery in this army. Let's see. Let's give Buckner Sr. another battery of guns. We'll bring him in from Louisiana. Okay, good. Forno, let's go ahead and stick with it. Let's give Hardy, no. Let's give Ruggles another battery. Let's bring them in from Texas. No. Tennessee. No. Texas. Texas. Got it. Bonk. 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 Like so. All right. That's Wheat. All right. Captain Chatham Wheat. We're going to keep an eye on that guy. I like his flair. Holy smokes. They'll be 6-pound field guns. That's fine. Okay, through 1862, these 6-pound field guns should do us just fine. And I will say, gentlemen, it's coming up time for me to take a little drink break. Yeah, right. So artillery form, you guys got it right there. So here's the deal. When I come back, I want to start talking about our projects plans, guys, because I think we're going to need to make some changes based on changing conditions. What McClellan has done and made me kind of nervous about our iron supply. I want to talk a little bit more about how that all works and how we might change things with our projects, weapons manufacturing, and also maybe organizational changes too. Let me talk about that when I jump back into the game. Of course, for now, I'll go ahead and leave you with the beautiful campaign map view. Also, I tell you what, it wouldn't be bad if I were to bring up some of the last stream. We had a pretty nice little battle. If you guys didn't catch this, this was a whole lot of fun. We did pretty darn well as the Army of Tennessee under Gideon Pillow. After we had furloughed a whole bunch of troops, we ended up having to fight kind of like a fighting withdrawal as the Union came at us in central Kentucky. The last time we tried to launch a campaign in Kentucky. And suffice to say, this didn't quite go, from a strategic perspective, the way that we might have liked for it to. But I had a whole lot of fun doing this one. I'm going to go ahead and play this one for you in the background while I run and grab. That kid. Yes. So, back to it, gentlemen. Back to it with a little discussion about things here on the project side. All right, so do we have music? Is music back? Are we on? Are we on? Yes, we're on. Okay. We got our training manuals, like I was talking about, okay? That was something we were really looking forward to. Okay, I need this sooner rather than later. I need to be able to upgrade a couple of my depots to serve these huge armies that I'm building. So this is going to be coming. Artillery reform, we're going to need to do that too. That's going to give us the ability to form artillery battalions and kind of consolidate our batteries into more functional commands, I would say, out there on the field. Because we're going to be adding a lot of guns to the armies here soon. All right. Then, guys, something we need, I think, quick. Like I talked about, we did do rifled artillery, and we're starting to build some 3-inch ordnance rifles, okay? So we go into weapons, and we just kind of look up right here. See, we're going to build 16 pieces, take us another 56 days. Okay, so this hasn't taken us, I don't think, quite as long as it said initially, and I think as we made time run a little bit. Can we increase order volume? No. Okay, got it. So 3-inch ordnance rifles are being built right now. For as long as our iron supply is reliable, we'll be able to crank out these quality 3-inch ordnance rifles that will be really useful for us. They're good range. They're high accuracy. Here's the thing, though, is that if our iron supply gets taken in Knoxville, we probably won't be able to crank these out so much, at least I don't think, or these. And so what I believe is going to be best is to go for something that one of the commenters in the chat had mentioned already, which probably we should have done sooner. I don't know. But that's to hit this cast artillery. Okay, we get the 12-pound Napoleons, and then we also get the James rifle. And those James rifles, guys, I think the James rifles are like sneaky, maybe one of the best cannons in the game to get us the South. I think that. I've seen people say something like that about the James rifles. So I would say we do. And then you got to think about this too. I still want to try to get ironclad gunboats done. Right? We still need to do organization reform at some point. Now, here's something to talk about. So let's just go ahead and just stay on organization reform real quick. A lot of guys, they want to run there. As the Confederates, I will tell you, in real history, I don't believe. Now, check me on this, okay? Let's see. I'll even ask AI. I'll even just ask AI right here. Let's go ahead. Let's bring up the old internet screen and see what the internet has to say about this. When did CSA adopt official Army Corps structure? Boom. Confederates authorized Army Corps September 18th, 1862. So there you see right there, guys, in history, we have a bonk. In history, they didn't even do it until late 1862, right? So they in history, same as we're doing now, they kind of had to figure it out with this whole concept of making sure that the highest ranking general would be on the field if he was with his wing commanders. The command chain would then be recognized, and the army commander would be above the wing commanders, Lee above Longstreet and Jackson, right? That wing concept changed after basically Antietam, and it changed to corps, official first and second corps at that point, I'm pretty sure. So I think that's something to just go over. Everybody wants to run to that as quickly as possible when they've built in, I believe, a system here in the game that allows you not to have to get in a huge hurry to actually incorporate the core system into your military until, you don't have to run for it and go for it early. It doesn't necessarily make that much of a difference as far as I've seen. I think Corps as an army actually will react, and they'll get on the field to protect one another a little bit faster, but not really in my experience, depending on how you've got things set. In my experience playing as the Union with multiple Corps in 1863 when I was driving on Richmond, I mean, I would have to wait 18 hours on multiple occasions for my Army Corps to arrive, just the same as I would have to wait for the wings in our current campaign as the CSA to arrive on the field. So I don't see a whole lot of a difference necessarily, and I'm going to continue most likely to just make it work with these wing formations and probably go for a organization reform, again, sometime in late 1862 if we need it. I mean, if we need it, I don't know. What you guys tell me in the chat what you think about that. So, weapon production. See, this is just it, though. The problem is that that's industrial subsidies and not military subsidies, and we've already got something that we had billeted for our industry subsidies. But let's take a look. Subsidized domestic weapons production. This will make production of weapons more profitable to manufacturers, boosting production volume. So this will increase weapon production efficiency, meaning I could probably crank out those Mississippi and Plains rifles faster. So, my man, since we are in iron supply right now, since we are outstripping demand still with our iron production, for now, I think that is actually not a bad idea to go for that. Weapon production. I really, and we're going to have to go for the industrialization policy sooner rather than later, I'm sure. We'll see how this works. But that's kind of how I think we need to change the approach to projects. Again, I think we do supply reform, and then I think we do cast artillery. I think we do weapons production when we can, and then I think we come back down and do artillery reform. And then I think we're going to continue to do market reform. We may even do send envoys, but I love trade deals. And cotton is king will be a focus. Plus farm mechanization, because it gives us a little boost in volunteers. Here we go. Yeah, Johnson attacked at what they call. So this may blow your mind. All right, the Union's Army of the Cumberland was really just an Army Corps, and I think it was Buell. I think that's right. Buell just decided, or Rosecrans, as late 1862, was calling his Army Corps the Army of the Cumberland, and he was just calling it that, right? And so what Johnson had at Corinth were basically corps, but he couldn't really call them that because the official corps structure was not implemented in the Confederate military, not officially, until that September 1862 date. It's like Johnson could call them whatever he wanted, right? What we would do is in game, we would create an army. Let's say we would basically do the same thing that we're doing here, right here, and they would be separate corps, but they would just be their own armies under a proper chain of command, right? That's how we would recreate that in game with the army before the Battle of Shiloh for the Confederates. Yeah, so this was going to be the other industry subsidy spending item right here, was to upgrade this iron mine, which I may still prefer, especially if, I mean, it really kind of all depends on how this campaign near Knoxville goes, frankly. And Pillow's going to take forever to get himself ready to go. This is looking fine. Continue adding troops. And I haven't seen our credit rating take a dump. Let's check our finances. Oh, shoot. Let's check dispatches real quick. Officer rehabilitated Gilbert Wright. I think he might have been reassigned. We need to check on, you know what we need to do. Still, February of 1862 right now. And we need to see, look at this. Guys, he's been out of action for a long time. And look at him, man. Oh my gosh, we may have a whole playthrough and TJ Jackson is just not a factor. That's crazy. That is crazy, man. I tell, hey man, hey babe, we get some motion around here, right? We get some motion around here, baby. Welcome on in. Anybody who's new, appreciate you. Go ahead, click that like button, subscribe to the channel, notification bell, of course. Hype on your mobile device. That helps out. Hey, somebody had asked in a comment to one of the VODs, by the way, whether or not this game plays well on Steam Deck. Honestly, I have no idea. I haven't even tried. I probably wouldn't. I don't think this is a game that you bring up on your phone and play. But, again, I'm an older millennial gamer, so of course I would think that. I'm somebody who pretty much, I do PC, I do console. I'm not a mobile gamer. That's why it's like, I guess I would just like say that is like, I don't dabble in the mobile games so much. They never did compel me or interest me too awful much either. And so, you know, Alternate history gaming. Let's make it a household name, shall we, gentlemen? You better believe all you members, man, you're leaders here, right? Part of the inner circle. Which reminds me, of course, shameless plug, but of proud work that I do. Every time before I jump on air and get into the stream, I write a little lore, and kind of try to contextualize what I think we're going to be getting up to for the stream, and maybe some of the military operations that I think will be the most focal, the most critical to the playthrough in the span of time that we're going to be streaming for anyway. And so I would urge you to check the description below to read some of that lore. It takes you 90 seconds. And then in the description as well, there is that link to become a member. Hopefully it's not such a janky process to join as a member. It's as little as $2 a month as a recruit, $5 a month as a veteran. I would ask you to just check in with current members at that veteran level, because most people are. If it's worth it, and I believe you will hear from them about some of the different things that are available for you at that membership level, and in particular you have access to some of my most precious labors of love from years past, playing a different game called Scourge of War, where I've got full battle dramatized battle series. I call them my battle epic videos, the battle epic video vault. I've got Waterloo, I've got Chancellorsville, I've got Antietam, I've got Ligny, and you I think will dive in and have about 30 hours of black powder, wonder and battle splendor to watch, and it'll cost you $5, and then you can cancel your membership, and that's just fine with me. So please consider that. Check the description below, and I appreciate you for being willing to give it a look. Here we go. Army of Pennsylvania's on the move, guys. What are you guys doing? They're going to come down here into West Virginia and make a little noise, try to flank us around the west. I don't suppose I'm too awful upset about that. I do sense that it may make sense to send somebody to Stanton. I think we take the Army of the Northwest. And I think maybe we just pull them back. How are we doing on supplies, by the way? Ooh, weapons delivered. Augustin rifle musket. There we go. Here we go. Boom. I would spend more money on this too. We need to put another order in. And before everything gets too tight around the trade block. Okay, it's going to cost us a little bit more to get 125,000 pieces this time. And I think it's going to take just a little bit longer. Maybe. I can't remember. But that's how long it'll take us now, with the blockade in effect and some of the foreign policy issues pressing. Another 25,000 pieces of Augustin rifle muskets. I think that's a decent frontline weapon. At 350 yards, it can compete at least. 3 rounds a minute is the big thing. Let's do it. Let's go ahead, bring it up a bit. Yeah, so I'm kind of willing to let this go. If they take Charleston, which I imagine that they're doing, I just, we don't have a railroad running back there, and it's wintertime. And they've kind of, they've stolen a march on us, you might say, and they'll get their West Virginia objective. That's something. So I would take just a second on that for guys who are not familiar with the game. What a lot of the AI's decision making from the strategic campaign map is derived by is a lot of this stuff. Okay, they've got the same look at of objectives like we do, right? So I have a motivation to capture Kentucky because it will reduce Union national morale by 5, right? So it makes sense to try and go for it at least at one point or another during the playthrough, like was the case in history. It just matters, when, right? We've already tried it a little bit in 1861 with Gideon's grognards in the Army of Tennessee. But right? So the Union, I know from playing the Union campaign, one of their objectives is to take West Virginia. And in order to do that, they have to take Wheeling, Grafton, and Charleston. Once they've taken all three of those, they get a bonus for having West Virginia. And I think also there becomes an actual geographical change where a slice of Virginia gets chopped off as a Union support. And right now, I'm not willing to fight over that. You know, they can't flank us in Tennessee by having West Virginia, not so much anyway. They could maybe make some headway from the east down toward our iron mine here. There is that. Maybe. But then again, I think Virginia stretches down past through here too. So West Virginia is only up here in the mountains. I don't think I'm too worried about it. Wilson, appreciate your endorsement, my friend. Thank you so much. Got great members here. Guys who are just genuine, fun-loving folks. War gamers, grognards alike. Guys that just like to get in here and light up the saloon with personality, panache, and just have some fun. Like, that's what it's all about here, gentlemen. You know, I love wargaming history and playing out what-ifs. These games give us the ability to do that, and it's really just about jumping in here and having a good old time, you know? That's the whole deal. That's what we're up to here. You know, this game helps us do that. Once you've figured out the learning curve, you know, I'm almost 700 hours in now, okay? Right, I've been playing this game. And having that 700 hours plus experience, plus reading the manual end-to-end a couple of times, it's just one of those things. You got to stick with it. I promise when you watch these streams, you'll get a good idea about whether or not you think you might like this game. Obviously, I'm playing it on a slow burn, too. Like, I don't talk about that a whole lot. That's my play style. There may be those who might want me to come in here and actually do a more time compression. It's just not something I'm comfortable with. I would say, since we're in the wintertime, I might be comfortable bringing it up a tad. Colonel Walker recovers from being wounded. Good. Oh. Let's slow it back down and let's go to our reports here. Okay, they got Diplomacy 1 done. It doesn't look like they're doing any policies right now or projects. Ooh. No men, no brigades. 9 new ships, though. So we got them spending on their Navy. That's kind of what we wanted. Right? 68% for their morale. Wow. Went down 20%. I'm pretty sure that's because they're trying to move in the snow all over the place. All right, now, economic. Yeah, this is all looking the same. Tax revenues decreased again. We did construct a farm, yep. Still beating, we're still doing good on the trade balance. Corporate production down 17 million. Don't have enough artillery ammunition, locomotives, or coffee. Got it. Boom, Wilson in with a $5 super chat for the old cigar fund. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you. My man. The man who earns and then comes here and pays for the pleasure here at the saloon. There you are, sir. Thank you. So, interesting. All right, we're back up. We're getting land sales. That's brilliant. That's got to do with that railroad out in Texas. I'm almost positive. Almost positive on that one. More and more people. I'm seeing it, by the way. I've been following the Steam charts, guys. I think we're building a community of players of the game, folks. I think and that's just it, man. It's like I saw this in the Steam reviews for this game. I went back and I looked. People who were smart, who saw what they had at release, like that's the way games are now, by the way. Older millennial, what I was used to, and I've talked about this before. Go to the store, Games in a box, premium product. Here's the game, right? That's all changed now. Now, I mean, you know, and I've had a hard time kind of dealing with the fact that it's this way. A game is ready at release, and at release it comes out. There's all kinds of stuff that's wrong with it, you know, and like that's how they are. And then it's from that point forward, it's a story, a journey of how this game becomes, you know, a complete thing. And what I know that I did is I purchased the game upon release. I dug into it. There were some things that at the time I was overwhelmed by, number one. Number two, did not understand about what the AI was doing here or there. Kind of didn't get over it a little bit, but at the same time recognized there was work to be done, right? And I said, okay, I'm going to let these guys cook for another year, and I'm going to pick the game up again. That's exactly what I did, and that's exactly what I've done. And I think that the game now is as good as it can be. They probably could come back around, polish some more things off. But for what it gives me as a Civil War nut and a history nut, an alternate history gameplay nut, there just isn't anything better, frankly. So I did that thing where you just give it, you understand that on release, right? If you're a guy like me, everybody who's in the saloon tonight probably is going to buy the game on release. Like, and you're going to know. It ain't going to be, when I'm talking about the game, I'm talking about their new game coming out, the Napoleonic one. Like, we're all going to buy that thing. Don't sit here and act like you ain't going to buy it. You're going to buy it. You're going to buy it. And, you know, I think it'll be a game that's not a damn scam, right? You know, like, you'll play it, and we'll all play it here together, too. We'll start learning it, and it probably is going to be far from perfect, right? So, and that's the way this game was when it released. I recognize that. I think a lot of other people did too. And I think you had plenty of folks who just wanted to review bomb the game for one reason or another. But when you come back around to it again after they've had time to cook for a little bit longer, I think what you come into is a product that is just really great. It's the greatest Black Powder campaign, 19th century campaign game that I've ever played. And I say it beats any Total War, Civil War mod hands down, like no contest. And, you know, that's pretty much that. And then the Civil War is my favorite period of history to study. Always has been since I was a kid. And so you got the whole package there with that. No new railroads right now. Don't like using up iron supply on that at present. I am going to begin building another railroad, though. And it's going to be... It's Little Rock to Dallas. Or... Little Rock to Memphis. That would be a good one. Ooh, this is starting to get me interested in just looking at this. Yeah, no. That would be good. Ooh, that might be worth doing. Estimated impact of construction, transport capacity. Tax revenue goes from 120K to 1.2 million. Takes 221 days to do. Oh, boy. This means New Orleans is just that much more important, right? Oh, how much would this be? 44 million. Oh. Now, it'll kill our credit rating, man. We got a war to fight here. Boy, that would sure add a whole bunch of farms and stuff down along here, though. I'll let you guys there in the saloon talk a little more Talk to me. Let me know. I mean, and it's going to still... What it'll do is if we do that is it's going to bring iron demand way up. Iron demand's already up. I just don't know, gentlemen. I don't know. I'm not sure about that one. I'll let you guys talk about that one if you want. We'll go 5 times. A little time compression right here. Oh, this was the other thing. Let's keep tabs. Look at this. If we can drive them to conscription before we need it, I would say I am very, very okay with that. Let's look at our training now. Still poor. We're regulars here, though. Anybody with a perk? Another perk? Nope. Okay. February, the worst month of the year to go to war in North America. Except if you're going to be working along the coast. These boys are taking their sweet time. Got to get up there, build that telegraph station. Right. I'm going to try to get orders out a little quicker to these boys. Army of Arkansas is looking good. We're back in shape here under Henry McCulloch. Going to whip these guys back into fighting form. And I would say we may have ourselves in the spring a new campaign that develops over this way in Arkansas. Be real interesting. Maybe they're flanking. Maybe we take the Army of Arkansas and we're fighting around here because they're trying to flank Memphis. That may be the deal. Hey, 44 million. Yeah, right. Like, fuck. That's so. Let's just look at what 44. Let's look at what 44 million buys you. Okay. All right. 1.5 million for one brigade of infantry. Okay, let's call it 1 million to 1.5 million. All right, so you're already talking as many as 20 brigades of infantry to build the railroad. Right? There's a reason the South wasn't able to do it much in the real deal. And I would say there you have why. That $44 million is a lot of stinking money. Well, we see I did a poll. The Go West, so yeah, the Southern Pacific Railroad, yeah, so you'll notice, by the way, that the AI Yankees did the Union Pacific and they did Breadbasket, right? So they're going to be able to build railroads like crazy. This is going to be an interesting game. I feel like if we don't knock them out early, I just have no chance of winning in the long run. We'll be fighting a losing battle like the Rebs did in history. Deschler's at his destination. Excellent. Oh, not yet. That was from the last one. Okay, got it. Keep moving, boys. Keep moving. And you can see here, finances, supply depots. They haven't increased in cost too awful much. Say we got projects. Oh, this is the other one. See, this is what we could use our industry subsidies on too. Each level of this further increase the transport capacity of all the nation's important infrastructure points. That's a good one. Subsidized industry. Each level of this project further increase industrial productivity. Ooh, you know what? Ooh. Boy, that might actually be an interesting one. Instead of upgrading things specifically, is to just do that. Ooh, I don't know. Huh. Okay, weapon production is the other one that we can go ahead and do. This is the most important for the shorter term, right? If we're going to go for DC, we want to try to be able to crank out more of these high-level rifles. I think I'm not ready to do it just yet. Too conservative for everybody on here, I guarantee it. Oh, God. Okay. All right. Yeah, we got a little speed. A little speed here, a little time compression. It's working for us. It's fine. February is a month you can kind of rip through without too much trouble. I'm going to slow it down just so I can think, though. I feel like there's probably something we're missing somehow. Look at this. It's gone up to 687. Army upkeep is up. Revenues are up, though. Man, oh, man. What I was going to subsidize first was this iron mine. Because we just need more iron. First and foremost. Let's see. Can we do it yet? Not quite yet. If we did this and we upgraded it, would it just cost us that 1 million or so? No. See... Not enough subsidies have been generated to convince the company to upgrade. Spend further $16 million from the regular budget to upgrade it. Right. So, I would rather wait, allow the subsidies to accrue, and we'll see if we get enough here. How much do we need? What do we have? Again, it's 2.5. Okay. So we're at 2.5. And that's why we do, coming up soon, once we get to this Mexico intervention, we really do, I think, need to come back and do industrialization 1. I think that's the next policy that we got to go for. A kind of got to do it kind of thing. Army Northwest is going to redeploy. We're going to take the train. We'll see if we can't trick them. Come down this way. Maybe they'll attack Magruder's wing. Yeah, I wonder about... we need to build a depot right here. We'll be capable soon. I would say we could burn the depot that's over here, really. I don't think we need this one anymore. Let's empty it. And then we'll burn it. Okay, and then we've got the 3rd Engineers taking up their new position. We will build some telegraph wire right here. Oh, I guess they can't do it because they're moving. We'll hope. If we can't build any, that'll be disappointing. I just don't think that's the case. Logistics, boys. That's a war winner. Logistics. All right, 5 times. Okay. Was that Deschler? Johnson. Right. Joe Johnson. Out here in the valley. Bingo. Dare them to come take it, and we could counterattack with Johnson and have Magruder there to support him. No problem. No problem. You just wonder if and or when they're going to do something down here, right? The AI Yankees. You're just never quite sure what it is they're going to get up to. Are we? Yes, now we're beating them. That's fantastic. Our manpower is up above theirs. They noticed, so they're spending more. They raised 0 brigades this last month, the Yankees. None. They're reinforcing all the ones that they've already got. I've obviously lost sight of a bunch of their forces out here, and I hope that I haven't been badly flanked somewhere. You've got the Army of the Potomac at 19,000. I'm pretty sure we still have an army here, maybe 1 or 2 in D.C. These guys have about 10,000 men, right? 9. These guys are going to have maybe 20, maybe 25. We got 2 armies that were here. Not sure what they've got now. Oh, the other idea was we should build a newspaper agency. Right. Yeah, news agency. How much is that? 2.9. We can afford that and build it right here in Richmond. Let's actually, yeah, let's do that. Bonk. That helps us out with our intelligence efforts. We'll go with it. Now, Deschler out here should have arrived. Yes, sir. And let's get this telegraph station up. Oh, we can't. What's that about? Oh, we got some gifted memberships here. 5 of them from Helica. Oh, how about that? Friedrich, Nivikdom, Harmon, Captain Freak, Smoggy Woo, all welcome on in. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Helica. And you guys are in for a treat, you new members. You're welcome ahead of time. I promise you'll love it. For some reason, we can't build a telegraph station right here, and I don't quite get it. I don't quite get why not. What's the deal there? What's the deal here, gentlemen? All right. Well, so can we show? How do we go back and look again at the actual range of each telegraph station? I've forgotten how to do that. There we go. Okay. Why can't I build? He goes way up here. All right. Well, let's bring the 3rd Engineers up this way, and let's just see if maybe we can build one up there near Fort Smith, and call it good or whatever. You know what? We bring those engineers back down, and we build a fort somewhere around here, maybe right around here at Greenville, the home of Shelby Foote, right near the confluence, and protecting Vicksburg. The fort there probably wouldn't be a bad idea, to be honest with you. I tell you. How many men Magruder got now? Close to 30,000. Fantastic. Ewell. Close to 25. Fantastic. And we got all 11,000 here now with Beauregard and the reserve. Got a strong line in Virginia right there. I'd love to be able to build up a whole bunch of entrenchment points. Of course, training would be fantastic. Here we go. Ewell's troops are now regular training. I don't exactly know what that does for them. Okay. Magruder will probably not be far behind. And not only will we have more men, by God, Our men will be harder soldiers than the enemy's men. We may set ourselves up here for a nice 1862, gentlemen. We may be in good shape. I don't know. I'm feeling kind of optimistic. I can't lie. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Vicksburg Fort, they say. Yes. Come on into the saloon. Join in, gentlemen. See, I can hear you better. I can hear you better when you put that money in the air. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It's the way it goes, baby. It's the way it goes. I remember when I was at the bar, back when I still drank a whole lot, it always helped when you throw up a couple of bucks. Same kind of thing as being a different color in the chat here in the saloon. As they say, boys, money talks. Money talks. French Forrest in command of the James River Squadron. So let's check our dispatches one more time here. Colonel Walker is back. I think we knew that. Construction completed. The depot. What do we got? Forest Cavalry preparing a siege. What? Whoa. Oh, well, that was a while ago. Yeah, that was a while ago. No big deal. Back through February. We're going to be moving into March. And here's something we need to do. Let's go ahead and do this right here, right now. Okay, we've got more Lorenzes and Augustins on the front line. Let's bring our... Start with Magruder. Hanson's brigade. Get themselves some Augustin rifled muskets. Uji. Let's give them some Springfields. Frost. Since he is a veteran commander, we'll give his brigade some Lorenzes. Will be nice. Boom. Let's do some Augustin rifled muskets there. Garnett. Could we maybe give him a little bit something better? Yeah, let's do that. Hey, good. Let's give them some Mississippi rifles. Yeah, there we go. All right. Ewell's Corps. Ewell's Wing, rather. So it's Benjamin Uji, I think, is the older brother. Look at this. We got Jones' division with a bunch of Mississippi rifles right there. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, yeah. Okay. Okay. Augustin's all across the board here. Lorenz's okay. We're good. Army Tennessee. Let's go. Let's upgrade these boys. Where I think they deserve it. Gray Shot. Let's replace his ass. I'm tired of saying his name. I don't understand what it means. Coming. Yes, sir. I know you. Posey. You, sir. We'll get some Plains rifles. Little. Yes. Springfield muskets. Let's get you some Augustins. Boom. Here we go. Zollicoffer's division, all Springfield muskets, but by God, yeah, their leadership isn't great. Zollicoffer's leadership is pretty damn good, though. I think we might let that go. Yep. Okay, cool. Let's do... Barton gets some Lorenz rifles. Trapier gets some Springfield. No. They have Springfield rifled muskets, so they're good. Let's keep that. Yeah. Oh, duels? No, sir. No, I had my days. Okay, here we go. We're gonna be ready to spend a little bit. Here we go. Double B minus now, gentlemen. This last depot could send us over the edge. No. Right there. Bonk. Okay. Army of Tennessee is going to build themselves a depot out there in Knoxville. Very good. Very good indeed. Here on a lovely weekend. Playing some Grand Tactician. Having a grand old time in the saloon, boys. Hey, look at this. Okay. Railroad capacity keeps going up and up and up. Let's see what else we've got building down near our railroad here. See, look at here. We got a nice plantation. Right? Got this farm here. Got one up here. Not sure if that was already there. I think you might have one that built here. Maybe. I don't know. But this railroad's going to be sending all those supplies all over the place that much faster. Where are our market influences, by the way? Trade. Yeah, look at that. Trade is flowing inside of our borders, that's for sure. Looking good on supplies. Okay. There we go. There it is. Diplomacy 3 policy is enacted. More Confederate diplomats to Europe. New trade deals. Weapons imports discussed even further. Here we go, boys. Let's not waste any time. Let's go. Boom. Diplomacy 4. Right to it, gentlemen, to Mexican intervention. And by the way, here's the thing. The drawback of this deal is we're going to soak up a whole bunch of our policies doing this, right? If this doesn't pan out for us, the beauty is we can then take these policies back and then start working on policies elsewhere, right? That's part of the beauty of this game. The red line policies, you can pass and then take back. Just right-click on them. Boom. Do I want to cancel it? No. If I did, I would. Yeah, all of our available capitals in New Orleans for sure. Transport bottlenecks. We still have some. They aren't like they were though. Odd that we've got one near Corinth like this. We got railroads all over the place here. But then again, I think that's more the state line than anything. Yeah, we're looking pretty good. Across the South, frankly. West Virginia, not so much. Oh, well. I think transport bottleneck may happen maybe because that fort's there, question mark? I'm not sure. I have more than 2 months, I'm pretty sure. I've got until Cinco de Mayo. Yeah, so it's, yeah, sorry, that's 2 months. So I'll have this done in 43 days. Oh, by the way. Okay, we're not here yet. Yeah, dang it. Administrative reform, that'll speed it up. And I thought we had 6 million going into politics. Shoot. Thought we'd get another level of that administrative reform sooner. But yeah, we're going to run down to it. We'll get this in a little over a month. Oh no. Shoot, we may not be able to make it, boys. We may just not be able to make it. Oh my gosh. Oh no. I wonder. I don't know. I don't know. Math doesn't add up, does it? All right, Helika's got $5 super chat. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you. You are the best, my man, my man. Plan for industry subsidies. How much needed for an ironworks factory, etc. Also proud of you for having 80 plus watching, not even a single battle. Yeah, thank you, man. I appreciate that. Appreciate that, man. We get a little motion here. Little bit of that motion. The industry subsidies, I want to wait. I want to wait and see if these guys will upgrade. This is like, this iron mine supply right here is probably one of the most important things to our entire war effort of the whole map. Somebody was saying that early on, by the way, in the campaign playthrough. They were like, the iron mine in Knoxville, and I was not really paying as close of attention to it as I probably should have. But whoever that was, you were right. That is like, that's it. And you playing as the Union on my next campaign playthrough, I'm almost kind of like bummed out that I know that now. Because if you go take that iron mine and you blockade the South, that's pretty much game over, just about. Here we go. Hey, all right, Cassville Farms. Excellent. Excellent. How's that Navy looking? All right. There we go. We got a little ways to go here. Might have wished we could have gotten that done sooner. We're going to be getting in the spring now. About done with this depot. All right, very good. Let's fill that sucker up. Let's burn this other one down. We don't need this one over here no more. This one can go. Yes, sir. Now, can we, with these boys, the third engineer, can we build us a telegraph station yet? We cannot. Oh, they're not done moving yet. Okay, fine. That works. Oh, here we go. What are they doing? Here we go into March. It's going to be campaign planning time, gentlemen. Army of Arkansas is ready to move out. I'm going to tell you right now. I'm going to think we're going to go. I'm going to think we're going to go this way. I don't know. I'll come up to these farms here with the Army of Arkansas-ish, about right here, maybe. No, we won't use river transport. Let's just march there. We'll just kind of mirror their movement a little bit here. Right? That's fine with me. We are not out of winter yet over here. Where are we at here? There we go. Okay. No, we want supply reform next. How long we got? Come on. Not long. 300,000. Okay, let's go. Were you asking there, Helica, under the buildings tab, like where farms and stuff are, is that different? Let's see. So, here. So, mines, it shows subsidy funding, building level, and you can upgrade it over here like this. And you can see all the different mines I've got that produce all the different things. You know, and then you've got farms, right? And it shows agriculture subsidies to try to upgrade these, right? And what'll happen is, I think that when the subsidy level gets to a certain amount, that basically convinces the owner of the asset to expand or upgrade it one way or another. See, we could add foundries, but we don't want to do that until we add more iron mines, because foundries will just use iron that we're going to have to import. Got a new guy in. I see you, Marcus. Welcome. Ooh, had an itch there. Up to 170,000 soldiers. Oh, we got them beat, gentlemen. If our manpower has them beaten, I got a feeling like that may end up like almost glitching the AI into being like, oh crap, what do we do now? Here they're going to continue moving this way through the wilderness and everything. Up there. Oh, I think they're going by river. 11,000 men. 12,000 men. Okay. Yeah, we'll just parallel what they're doing. See, we've got this fort here. That's the beauty of what's going on here. As a matter of fact, let's get the Army of the West up closer to it. Boom. Right. None of this stuff in Northwest Arkansas matters all that much. Right? Ransom Jr. and the 1st Indian Cav. We got 4,000 men. We probably need to split this force up. Okay? We need to create a new army in the Indian Territory. Oh, we can't? Okay, cancel. Got it. Recruit a new army in the Indian Territory. Can we do that? Arkansas? Fine. All right. And we'll put this under the command of Porterfield for now. Or rather, let's do a professional cavalry commander. Right here. It'll be under a lieutenant. George Anderson. All right. I don't know if there's any relation to the other Anderson, but that'd be a cool little narrative note. All right. So we'll go boom. Let's do Army of the West. We're going to bring... Rather, no. 1st Indian Cav. Right here. We're going to take Wadey, Tandy Walker, and Villepigue out of the old army under Ransom. And this will be the 2nd Indian Cav. Boom. All right. We'll complete that transfer. The 1st Indian Cav will then, if we have... Do we have everybody? All right, the second is green too. So the first Indian Cav, I'm going to begin marching up straight through here. The second Indian Cav, I'm going to send out this way. Right, and they formed down here at Fort Smith. That's just fine. So it looks like an Arkansas campaign maybe kicking off here. A little bit. Boy, and if we had like dozens of entrenchment points to use with these armies when we get into a scrap next time, that could be huge. Huge. Supply reform. Let's go. Not there just yet. We're going to do that. We're going to upgrade supply depots. I'm probably going to call it a stream, gentlemen. That's the plan for now. Company applications, right? An ironworks, you need 11 million. A foundry, you need... Oh! Interesting. So we could just go ahead and build one because we have enough subsidies. See, but I don't want to build an iron... I don't want to build a foundry. I want those industry subsidies to go toward... Interesting. Okay, factories. Cost another 17 million to do that. Interesting. Okay, so I hope that Helica, I hope that got you there. And so we have how many volunteers overall? Golly, almost 30,000 right now. Still. Thing is, we just can't spend too much money. It's a strong army, man. We've got strong forces. There's no doubt about that. Okay, Pillow's going to get his grognards ready. You know that. He's connected to a depot now. Right? And we're bringing in stuff. Good. Good bit. How's this depot looking? Yeah, we're looking good. We got strong amounts of stuff here. Artillery ammunition's a little light. That's where we could use help from the foundries and the ironworks and things. Right? Artillery ammunition. We're having to buy more of that from overseas, I'm pretty sure. Artillery ammunition may be our problem going forward. We'll see. Okay, McCulloch. I wonder about going on the offensive up in eastern Arkansas and just doing it. Moving with Henry toward Batesville and establishing a presence there to kind of entrap them. Let's go ahead and let's march back to Little Rock. Retrograde movement. Here we go. French invasion. General Laurentez lands with his troops. More troops on their way. Napoleon III to conquer Mexico. The European intervention in Mexico is proceeding in accordance with the Convention of Soledad. So far, we have seen the capture of Veracruz and European forces advancing to Orizaba, Cordoba, and Tehuacan. The city of Campeche surrendered to the French fleet February 27th. The latest news is the arrival of French troops under General Charles Ferdinand Latrille, Comte de Laurentez, with reports indicating thousands of troops are under his command, which makes their commitment to follow the convention questionable. Already we hear rumors of the British and Spanish questioning the French ambition in Mexico. So far, the intervention force has enjoyed success, but we hear reports of Mexican Commander General Ignacio Zaragoza preparing an army to fight any further invasion attempts. What started as an intervention to settle Mexican depart something may escalate into large-scale fighting. The Grand Herald will keep you informed of the latest events. Yes, this is unfolding splendidly. Administrative reform? No, 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 no. Keep going, keep going. I wonder how confident the Yanks are in trying to make a move. I wonder where they'll move at. I don't know where they are. Probably could detach Stewart with some cavalry and send him out. We're sitting back on our haunches here a little bit. Yes, Helico. Yeah, brother. Yeah, thank you very much. I forgot about that. So what that does is it answers the question about, I think it'll be straight up free to upgrade when we get enough subsidies to do that. So that kind of answers that question for me. Fantastic. Here we go. Indian calves moving out. Obviously, we're going to set them to raiding again. And I'm probably going to have them raid across these areas. I mean, you know. Boy, it would be fun to get them all the way up here, though. And I mean, really lay waste up in here. That, I wonder about. We got 2,800 men here. We got 1,600 men there, all cavalry. We'll have to see. Let's see how many men we got here. Army of the Northwest now up to 17,500. Army of Tennessee up to 37,000. Boom. Yeah, man. We're looking pretty good. We're looking pretty good, boys. We can only hope that this works in time, right? We can only hope that we get this done in time at this point. We may have needed to run for it earlier, but the thing about it is that we didn't know that it was coming necessarily. You know, we didn't know the French were going to be doing it until the newspaper told us they were, and we started doing this run, or this plan to run down to French intervention after we found out from the newspapers. So unless you cheat it, maybe you can never do Mexican intervention. We'll find out, though. I love the alternate history angle that's presenting for us. It's the idea the South gets involved in Mexico as a part of kind of their effort to spread their culture south, like they've already done in Nicaragua and Cuba, right? Yeah, I'll just print more, right? Well, can't. I mean, the next thing is to do taxes, Revenue Act. Okay, that's the other area. So we could do industrial subsidies, right? Or we could go for more government funding. We're going to need it. Probably got to go back after Mexico intervention, if we can actually get it, is to go back and get industrialization, and then go back and get government funding, and then start working down the government funding tree. Because I suspect that if this war turns into an 1863, 1864, 1865 affair, we're going to need all them extra monies. Okay, they're pulling back into Missouri again, it looks like. All right, Dan. All right, Dan. So we could jump on steamships and not worry about having to march. Jump on steamships, come up the river, and then maybe jump off like here. Put our Army of Arkansas in a position to drive on St. Louis again, question mark. But from over here, who knows? Who knows? I might be thinking of such a dastardly deed. Mm. Mm. Well, so that's what I love about this game, to be honest with you. Battles are the little portions along the way that help you tell the grand story of your war and your war effort. And I think generally if you're trying to play it as authentically as possible, there probably aren't a whole lot of different ways that the war can go. You know, I don't know. I mean, I'll probably come back and do another CSA playthrough somewhere down the line. Now, obviously, we'll see how the new game's doing at that point. Okay, we'll be ready to launch into eastern Kansas right there. Get this supply reform done, boys. Come on. That's what I need. We're just about there. Push it, push it, push it. We are in good enough shape to head this way. Let's move out to here. Go. We got nice weather now. We'll advance. Stay in defensive for now. I don't think we'll get into a fight with the fort there. I don't think. In any case, we do have a siege train with us. Thanks to Pillow. So we can rely on that. Again, looking at the fleets. Right? Not quite close to halfway done with that. So, Bragg got killed, for those that didn't know. Bragg got killed in a little fighting withdrawal that we did during the winter campaign into Kentucky. Unfortunately, he was watching on. Oh, no, that's right. We don't have any telegraphs up here. Shit. Okay. There you go, gentlemen. That could be a problem. So let's do that. Let's build. Let's detach one brigade under. Do we have an engineer? Yes, there he is. How about that? Trapier, the 4th CSA engineers. Boom. Okay. And they will do that. The 4th CSA engineers. Boom. Got it. Keep them selected. Right. And let's build us a telegraph station. Okay, we can't. Got it. So, wondering how we might do this. Could we go to Chattanooga or to here? Let's rail them down to there. Let's see if we can build one there. The 4th CSA engineers. Down past Chattanooga a little ways right here. Railroad, do it. under Coleman. Mm. Mm. Yeah, we lost some iconic guys. Hood's gone. Jackson is out of commission still. Bragg is dead. Pickett is dead. Kind of a wild campaign in that way. I think we take McCulloch and do like we were talking about. Except now we've got weather that's souring. I think we got to wait. God dang it. Mm. Yeah, I think that infrastructure in the very beginning of the campaign is probably one of the first things to think about. And then the piece that I think people just don't remember to consider is the idea that a fort is like a massive roadblock for the AI. And it's a pretty massive roadblock in real life. A fortress or fort is just a really important improved position. And if you make it along a river or, you know, at a nearby choke point or something like that, you can really create a disincentive to go that way for the AI. And so, you know, taking the early months of the game to send some small detachments around to just do that, I want to believe anyway, since I've done it in this campaign playthrough, will ultimately prove to have, you know, played well for us. Mm. Mm. We're moving the 4th CSA engineers down. See if we can get them building. Telegraph here. I wonder if we couldn't do it in Arkansas either for some reason. I'm not sure why. Not sure what the deal is on that. See, we built one here. We built one here. It wouldn't let us build one here or here for some reason. I wonder, what about now? No. Yeah, I'm not sure what that's about. I'm not sure what's going on right there. Okay, now they're fielding some more men. Then the other thing is check out the intelligence reports. They're going for government funding too now. They did Austrian rifles and improved credit ratings, so now they're importing some Austrian rifles to match our Austrian rifles. So I think we might have convinced the AI to do a little something there. Maybe. I don't know. The Union did historically go for Austrian rifles too, by the way. They did raise 4 more brigades. The Army of the Chesapeake has been formed. Interesting. Okay. All right, all right, all right. Shit. Snowy roads. We got the Army of Tennessee on the move now. That'll hurt their readiness. Stop. Got a news agency. Good. Still doing good on the trade deficit. Still lacking artillery ammunition. Double B plus at the beginning of the month, but not anymore. All right, now let's see if we can build this telegraph wire down here. Are you done moving? There we go. We can build one here. Bonk. Fantastic. Fantastic indeed. Okay, we'll take that, and then I think we'll be able to build another one up this way near Knoxville. That'll be good. That'll be real good. Come on, baby. We're there. We're there. We're just about there. Okay. We're going to be ready for the spring campaign season coming up, gentlemen. Let's see if see what these Yanks decide to do, huh? Still got crappy weather to deal with here. Their army, the Chesapeake, has formed now in 4 new brigades. I'm guessing that's them. If they come this way, they could bypass the Fort Tuttle, by going north right here, I think. And if they went through the wilderness, they could send a group here to try and tie me up here, and at the same time send some forces down past Fort Monroe and come up the peninsula as was done in history. That is one move I would say I kind of fear. But I do think we could react. I think that what I was talking about too, the idea of having the entire army gathered right here, ready to strike, or at least have both of the core, or both of the wings here. I think I might like to try this. Let's have Magruder's wing. Can we take the trains, boys? Let's do that. We'll give them a little something to think about, huh? Okay, boys, are we ready for supply reform yet? Come on. Yes, we are. Bingo. Let's do it. Bonk. All right. We want this depot at a level 2 right here in Fredericksburg. Upgrade that sucker. How much is that going to cost me? 2.5 million. Let's do it. Okay, it's level 2. Bingo. We'll have Magruder moving. Let's finish this move. And Magruder's wing will be the one that we advance with along the railroad line. If they're going to try to move into Northern Virginia anywhere along and through here, Magruder's wing will be able to hop on some trains and punch. I think that's what we'll plan on with him. Keep coming, my man. Keep coming. Perk? Who's got a perk? Perk where? Who's got a perk? Who's got a perk? Perk? Who's got a perk? Where's perk? Where's perk? Oh, there we go. We got McClellan back in our sights. You know, hey, Cairo was on my mind too. But that would be something I do, I think, once Kentucky is no longer in play. Right? Department of the Ohio, up 15,000 men. Wow. What are they doing? What are they doing? So their whole strategy now, same as mine, likely will have to derive around taking Richmond. I think I've maybe forced them into that position right here. Cool. I like that spot for now. We did have somebody in the chat who guessed it. That's right. Oh, man, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. How much fun is this stuff, guys? How much fun is this stuff? I've been having such a good time playing through. Guys, we're going to wrap it up for the stream tonight. You guys are the best. Thank you for taking the time. A little bit of an announcement, okay? Right here off the rip as we wrap things up tonight, okay? I am going to begin adding, I think this coming week, 1 or maybe 2 extra streams, but I want to play one of my other favorites, guys. I highly recommend that you check out, because it's just like jump in and have fun. I love this game, Foxhole, okay? There's a really good war going on in Foxhole. I want to get back in. I probably want to stream some more Foxhole content coming up this week. You'll know in the announcement when it comes out tomorrow night. Otherwise, we're going to keep all the Grand Tactician stuff going the same every other night, kind of like we have been. I think I'm just going to add some sit down, relax, shoot 'em up, play some Foxhole streams in as well in this coming week and the week following that. Then again, a reminder for everybody in the saloon tonight, remember, I'm going to be out from August the 6th through August the 16th. So remember that. Mark your calendars if you care. I will be on a family trip, and I will not be live streaming at all. I'm saving up a bank of really good video content that I'm putting together for you guys, kind of looking back at the end of my Union campaign, okay? Great battles that wrapped that campaign up as we wound down to the end. I would really love it if you did take the time to watch those. Support the channel by, of course, giving your time to it, clicking the thumbs up button when those vids drop, because they will be when I'm taking that trip. Again, first couple of weeks of August, the 6th through the 16th. And again, thank you for taking the time to jump into the saloon and hang out tonight. Watch the stream. Don't forget when the VOD posts. Take another 5 minutes of your time. Watch a little bit of that. Click the thumbs up button. Don't forget to subscribe, of course. And then become a member. It's just $2 a month or $5 a month at recruit and veteran levels. That gives you extra access. You become a leader in the community. And once again, guys, you are the best. I appreciate all of you. Alternate History Gaming with me, Bank 60s. And I will see you all on the next one.